Okay, hi everyone. I think we're going to start the webinar session now. Okay. Okay, so let's go. So very good afternoon to everyone. Warm welcome to today's webinar session. On behalf of Airome Technologies, we would like to thank you very much for making the time to be with us today. I hope everyone, including your families, are safe and well, and coping well with the lockdowns imposed by COVID-19. Before we begin this webinar, I would just like to request your kind understanding that since we have only scheduled about an hour for this webinar, we've got quite a bit to cover. We will try to keep interactions during our presentation to a minimum. You can, however, use the questions tab on your webinar screen to pose any questions you might have during the presentation. We'll try our very best to respond to it. Failing which, we will definitely get back to you after the webinar session. Some formal introductions before we start. Today we have myself, Leonard Chong. I'm the Vice President of Business Development. And I have my colleague, Pavel Melnichenko, who is one of Airome's co-founders and CTO. In the background supporting us, we have Dennis Kallenberg, another one of our co-founders, and he's also the CEO, and Irina Latushkina, our Chief Business Development Officer. Both Dennis and Irina will be assisting to Pavel and I to answer your questions that you have posted on the questions tab. And of course, Dennis and Irina will also be available to answer your questions during the question and answer session. In today's webinar, we will be sharing our thoughts on some ways that can help you to keep your customers and continue with your operations in digital. We believe that the whole digital revolution in banking will be driven by mobile, and that it's very important to provide a secure and easy to use customer experience for mobile. We will also share with you how Airome can help you to provide this secure and easy to use experience, which will then help you to keep your customers and continue your operations in digital. Okay, I would like to take this opportunity now to briefly introduce Airome Technologies to you. Airome is headquartered in Singapore, and we provide cybersecurity solutions for digital banking and e-document management systems. We provide a secure client-server software called PayConfirm that is used to confirm or digitally sign any type of operations, including bank transactions or e-documents using your mobile device. Our mission is to really enable our customers to provide user-friendly, secure, and cost-effective digital banking services. We have been around for more than 10 years and have a customer base of more than 65 banks, particularly in the Eastern European region. We count 8 out of the top 10 Russian banks as our valuable customers. As you know, Russia is rated number 2 in terms of providing innovative digital banking services. Our immediate goal now is to grow our global footprint, particularly in the Southeast Asia region, where we see huge potential for growth in digital banking. So just a quick overview of the agenda today. We will be covering security versus user experience in digital banking. We will provide a quick solution overview of our pay confirm. We will be doing demos on SMS and push codes interceptions, and of course a demo on pay confirm itself. And finally, we will end off with a question and answer session. So I would like to start the session by sharing some thoughts about digital, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 has really changed the way we live and work overnight. It has greatly shown how vulnerable we all are due to the disruptions caused by the lockdowns. This pandemic, I feel, is going to accelerate the growth of digitalization. At the moment, from virtual meetings like Zoom, online orders, to online banking, digital services are definitely growing in importance at this particular period in time. Because of these restrictions, I believe businesses now would really need to ask the hard questions like, am I really able to serve the needs of my customer? Are these services really satisfactory? Is my customer really able to communicate with me? So COVID has definitely affected our lives and in the way we bank. For example, traditional access to cash payment services has definitely been affected, especially for the unbanked. It is more important for the unbanked to receive financial grants from the government through G2P financial schemes at this most difficult time where cash is really needed. And some of these people find it even difficult to pay for their essential services like their phone bills or utility bills. So this really highlights the importance of having a digital and social distance banking system. With this pandemic, I think we can actually see where we are failing in terms of service offerings in the digital world. So perhaps now is the right time to look at ourselves and to perhaps start the digital transformation journey. More importantly, we now have the opportunity to reach out to the unbanked and the underbanked, a group we feel that brings about huge potential for growth for our business. Just some interesting statistics to share with you guys. There are 1.7 billion people who are unbanked in this world. According to KPMG, only 27% of those living in Southeast Asia have a bank account. So this leaves a huge gap in banking penetration with around 438 million unbanked individuals. Indonesia, the largest economy in Southeast Asia, has an unbanked population of about 180 million people. And half of these unbanked are under the age of 30 and are open to digital banking products. In Myanmar, only 25% of the population have a bank account based on a population of 53 million. So COVID-19 has really turned into a health check for the digital banking scene. Despite all the discussions and planning over the years about building a digital banking ecosystem, I feel many basic digital banking services are inadequate now when customers really has got few options due to the lockdowns. From the opening of a new account to the application for a loan, or even the cashing of a check or authorizing identities, the current system is really not able to effectively support the whole idea of banking without any branches. During this period where social distancing has been imposed, consumers may now only choose to bank with financial institutions that they can use without leaving home. So now is the right time to fix a broken system that has been built around branches and physical identification as opposed to a true digital customer experience. It is good to note that digital KYC technologies are becoming available through the user biometrics. And we at Airome are actively working in this space together with our technology partners to enable this. Uh, we'll be happy to share more details outside of this webinar. So, opportunities for digital transformation. So there is a silver lining in the cloud during this crisis, as we now kickstart the whole process of digital transformation, especially for those banks that have delayed their transformation. So where are the opportunities, you may ask? Let's look at financial inclusion. Let's target the unbanked and underbanked. Remember, there are 438 million unbanked people in Southeast Asia. The numbers are huge, so it's a really good number for us to work on. Another key opportunity we see will be the acceleration of cashless payment. Since all forms of contactless payments will increase, digital payments should be used as an alternative to cash and checks. We all know that the traditional payment ecosystem could possibly expose countless of people to the risk of infection. To overcome this, perhaps we should be able to use our phones to make these transactions. You can imagine someone with COVID-19 hands his credit card to the cashier and the transaction is processed. You'll be next when you hand your credit card to this cashier and he hands it back to you because your card may now have the virus all over it. Then, of course, there's the ATM touchscreen, your point of sale terminals. So you imagine millions of transactions every day, millions of opportunities to spread the deadly virus. But of course, there are digital options such as mobile devices. Finally, digital financial services can help our economies recover after this crisis. Companies that are digitally agile will be able to adapt to the ongoing crisis more successfully. And it's really, really important for governments to support such digital initiatives to help drive the economic recovery after this crisis. We can see that during this pandemic, G2P payments have become very important as governments look for ways to respond to the economic and social consequences of the crisis. As cash transfers, I'm just sorry about that. It's raining very heavily in Singapore, so you can hear lightning in the background, thunder in the background. Sorry about this. So just continue. So as cash transfers are critical to support the recovery, rebuild livelihoods, and prepare for future challenges. So as always, we will need to have a good strategy to succeed. So consumers' demand for digital banking services has increased greatly since the start of the crisis. Unfortunately, many organizations have delayed their digital transformation, are then unable to provide a positive digital experience. Needless to say, digital transformation brings about issues on security, usability, logistics, and costs. So to be successful in this change social and economic environment, a convincing strategy needs to be in place. Firstly, we need to have a very focused business model. Let's target the micro segments of the unbanked and underbanked, which would bring huge rewards. Next, I think we need to be customer focused and provide a customer experience that is based on best practices to encourage customer acquisition, growth, and retention. And it's also important to embed your products into a customer's daily life. Ideally, I think a bank should be a one-stop shop. The digital platform should enable banks to deliver engaging omni-channel banking experiences and personalized products that customers today expect. I think this will help to foster customer loyalty and attract the new wave of digital first consumers. Always remember, okay, always remember it's important to connect the customer's user experience with your business goals, which is really to grow your customer base and business. So critical elements to consider include simple products for the banks, for the unbanked, for example, pricing and transparency, and a very high degree of personalization. So with regards to technology, we all know that going digital isn't about just digitizing existing processes only, but also involves building an entire ecosystem. A future-proof platform should support a bank's long-term digital transformation goals through off-the-shelf capabilities and a flexible architecture. Okay, this ecosystem readiness should leverage on best practices and be built using leading technologies with a focus on security, cloud, open APIs, automation, AI, and machine learning. And finally, not forgetting operations, we should work towards internal optimization to modernize legacy IT infrastructure, digitalize and automate business processes, integrate your channels, and unify your customer data for a 360-degree customer understanding. Of course, ideally, we should leverage on mobile only if possible, with limited or no branch network approach. This is not completely possible, I would suppose, but should be the end goal. So the digital era has changed the way we do everyday banking. Our customers, the primary driver of change, demand seamless and personalized experiences at any touch point. For banks, it has become clear that the winners in the digital race will be the ones who are able to stay closer to their customers in their daily activities. Therefore, it is important that we adapt to this evolving customer behavior. So, adopt a mobile-first strategy since a large majority of internet usage is on mobile. And not forgetting that the unbanked and underbanked are also very mobile savvy. Next, you have to adopt open banking through the extensive use of APIs. Banks with a digital platform that has a modern and open architecture will be able to connect to the ecosystem via these APIs and leverage on open banking opportunities, fintech partnerships, and more. Not forgetting personalized experiences. You have to personalize the experience using big data. In Indonesia, nearly 2/3 of the 264 million people own at least a mobile phone. 42% are smartphones. I believe there are more Indonesians with smartphones than bank accounts. So this gap can be readily filled by digital banking solutions. Once again, back to Indonesia, mobile technology is the obvious solution to reaching out to Indonesia's underbanked population. This will help to overcome the logistical issues associated with having a physical presence on every island. The whole digital revolution in banking is going to be driven by mobile. We see that legacy channel usage is decreasing dramatically, while digital channel usage is definitely increasing. The use of digital is really being accelerated by the younger, tech-savvy generations like the millennials, who are quickly becoming the bank's largest addressable market. Digital, after all, is really about providing optimal delivery with minimal turnaround time for your customers. And I feel the mobile device is the perfect and most convenient tool for this purpose. Okay, you can use your mobile as a debit or credit card or wallet. You can save, make your deposits using your mobile. You can invest in mutual funds and bonds using your mobile. You can protect yourself through insurance products using your mobile. And of course, you can borrow money using your mobile. So finally, what is needed for an ideal mobile app? While it certainly has to be easy to use and secure, there's a misconception that highly secure means difficult and complicated to use. Well, not anymore. We'll share more about that soon. So very quickly, the characteristics of an ideal mobile app should definitely be highly secured. It should be tailor-made, where it should be highly personalized to the customer's relationship with the bank. It should be transparent and in terms of transparency and control. Provide clear communications. Be easy to understand, and also make it easy for the customer to manage his online preferences and settings. It should be simple and contextual. Services will be simple and easy to apply for. Should be fast and flexible, built on APIs. And finally, it should be a single app that manages our banking, wealth, and loans. All accounts consolidated and accessible in one place. I hope you have found this sharing session useful. Let me just summarize by saying that the whole digital revolution in banking will be driven by mobile. It is very obvious that providing a secure and easy to use customer experience on mobile will be the key enabler for going digital. Pay Confirm, Airome solution, can help you to provide this secure and easy to use experience, which will help you to keep your customers and continue your operations in digital. With that, I shall now hand you over to Pavel, who will have a session on security and user experience.
Thank you, Leonard, for your presentation. So I will turn on my slides. Yes. So, colleagues, actually, Leonard gave you some vision about user experience and about security and what we think about all of this question. And actually, I want to extend our thoughts and our vision and how we build our solution in terms of security and user experience. So, how to switch slides? So the first question I want to share with you is why we can discuss about this topic. Actually, it's a very important thing, not just provide you what we think about it and how we build, but to share with you our experience. Actually, as Leonard said, we are a Singaporean company, but with Russian roots. And we have a lot of projects in Eastern Europe and in Russian banks, and for now our goal is to go global. But we have about 10 years experience in this market in terms of security solutions, especially for banks. This is our main point of our work. Leonard mentioned that Russian digital banking is second in EMA region by the report of the Deloitte company. So this it means that Russian digital banking users looks like this cat on this slide. They are completely happy. And the reasons of this situation actually there is main two reasons of this situation. Russia, for example, if we talk about Russia, is a very big country with a huge territory, and when some bank want to want to reach their users in different regions of this country, the only way to do this effectively is to do this remotely. That's why digital banking was growing for the past 10 years with a very high temps, and Russian digital banking is very developed. For example, you can use one app to transfer your money from another account from your account to another account just in few taps. And you can, for example, buy tickets to the cinema, or you can manage your loyalty programs from different shops or magazines, and all of this inside your bank. And for now, as Leonard said, COVID-19, there are a few more requirements from market, and one of our main requirements is digital onboarding and remote KYC. So our market is growing, and requirements from our banks, they are very high. So why this happens and how this happens? One of the reasons why this how it happened is collaboration of banks and fintech companies. We know that a bank is an organization who can store and manage your money, but to effectively and to make you happy when you borrow your money, when you buy something, it's all about fintechs. Modern fintechs companies provides a lot of services to make the financial life of people, more user experience, more comprehensive, more convenient. And a few years ago, we thought that banks was trying to collaborate with fintech companies, include their services in banks' own ecosystems, and it leads to growing of these financial institutions to financial service providers, not just an organization who holds your money. And in these terms, one of very important questions is security, because when you're increasing count of services, and when you're increasing the ways how your user can spend your money, it must be completely secure. And so how this security can be provided? So from bank point of view, and from classical information security, a bank can build like a fort, like a perimeter around him, and protect all of this, all of his information and all of his data inside this fort. But when we are talking about providing new services, new convenient services, including, for example, digital onboarding, or spending your money, or loyalty programs, or the way how you can transfer your money from, for example, your account to your family, or how to invest, or how to buy insurance, and all of this. This classical information security cannot work, because if you cannot include your user and increasing count of your users into your perimeter. And if you try to do this in the classical way, it will be for end users like this picture. It will be a pain. So, because we know that classical information security and user experience and level of convenience is they are on the different sides. So the classical viewpoint is that the service which are secure cannot be convenient. and convenient service cannot be secure. So in these terms, information security guys try to invent something to protect user, and the main point of this security is to reach from end user agreement about his actions. So, for example, if you provide some services, mobile app or web or something like this, all of these services works on users' devices. Security of this device can be on the user side, but when some action is going, for example, transferring money from one account to another, the very important thing is to be sure that your end user really wanted to do this. And security guys try to invent some confirmation methods. And one of the most banks and financial services use two-factor authentications with SMS or push notifications like a second factor. And we think that this is an example of a pain and a very direct method to make a service secure. Because of I will not talk about that SMS one-time password and push one-time password. They are completely not secure. We will show this on our demo in a few minutes. But when you use SMS one-time password, you can face a lot of inconvenience with this method. For example, SMS could be not delivered to you, or if you try to confirm something with an SMS when you are in another country, is example it's something terrible, I think. Because of you can wait SMS for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes. For example, when I go to Singapore, I cannot connect with public Wi-Fi because I cannot receive SMS at all, because I have no Singaporean phone number. I don't know how it works. But it's okay, actually, if you just cannot connect to public Wi-Fi, but let's imagine that you have to buy a ticket for a plane, or to pay for to your employees, but you are in another country when you're traveling by work. So it can be very painful. And we think that this is not right situation, and this situation happened because of someone do not want to think how to do security more convenient and a little bit smarter. So, and we think that you as a bank or fintech service should provide security with 4 key points. The first point is you should provide security where it needed. You should not build security in all aspects of your service, but you should provide security only in the point where it's really needed. When you provide security, it should be real security, not these methods like an SMS that can be looked like it's secure, but it's completely not. And the security must be the simplest. So your end user, you should think about him like a child, or I don't know, or like a grandmother, and try to imagine that that if you offer to your user some method of security, try to imagine, can your grandmother handle with this? If no, this is not good security method. And of course, it must be cost effective. because of course you can invent something like an artificial intelligence that will analyze all of the actions and all of the transactions, but it will cost like a plane, you know. And in information security, there is a definition like risk management. So if risk cost is less than cost to prevent this, for business guys, it's better to accept this risk and do not think about it. And in these terms, we think that mobility is the new kind of abilities, because of in modern world, almost all of the people have mobile phone or smartphone in his pocket, and actually this is like a computer with a communication model, and it can do whatever you want, and it can be used as you know, some kind of key to your financial services in security aspects. This is not about services. This is not about mobile apps providing some abilities to manage your financials, but this is from security point of view. And when we talk about main aspect of security, when we should just be sure that our user wants to do some operation, for example, transfer money, or for example, buy something, it should be just one green button in his mobile phone that he's agreed. Maximum, it should be two buttons. One button I agree and one button I disagree. That's all. This is the hardest thing, the hardest that user should do on his mobile phone. Not any one-time password, not receive or retype something, not any separated devices that must be turned on, just input something into them, read something, input something, read something, and press hundreds of buttons, and after this something will happen. No, just one button. It's very easy. It can be understandable, I think, by every people. So this is our goal, to provide solutions for our clients, for banks, for financial services, for electronic document flow systems, to provide solution that can be presented for end user just like one button. And actually under this button there can be a lot of security services, including device scoring, fingerprinting, digital signature, all of this cryptographic stuff, the linking with the device, key distribution, and all of this stuff. It must be hidden behind one green button. That's all. And maybe we can think that this is happiness for our user, that they should not think about security at all and be like this cat, like this happy cat. But actually, at some point we thought that maybe we should think a little bit more. Maybe one green button, it's not necessary. It's in some cases, and we can make a user experience and user journey more simple. So, and we trying to think in the direction of big data, collecting information about our user and about users' behavior and about what user does usually, from which devices, from which locations, is some transaction is usual for this user in this time of, for example, month or year, or for his location. And we realized that when we use a mobile phone for security services with this green button, when we accepting confirmation from a user, we can collect a lot of information about him. And you as a bank have a lot of information about users' habits. For example, if your user pay for mobile operator for cellular network once per month in the exact day, but why we should ask user, does he agree with this or not? It's completely we can be sure that he agree, because of he needs pay for this mobile network to be completely online. And we realized that for some types of operations or for some types of transactions, we do not need this button. We just can analyze users' behavior and what user does in the exact transaction, and make a decision for him on our side. For him, it will be a low risk operation. So, and we when I try to find a picture for adaptive security or for convenience, I found a picture of this sneaker because of the sneakers, because of actually it looks like what we try to do. This solution works when it needed, and it protects you, like the sneakers protects your boots, your foots, and it do this in a smart way, because of you should not think how it works. It just works at all. You are very convenient. You can do what. You can do things that you want to do, and you can be sure that your foot are completely secured and they should be not damaged. No, even if you do this by your decision. Our goal is, as I said previously, to build the most convenient and the most simple tool as it can be. And if we're talking about one more important thing, like cost effective, like a cost effectiveness, we think that solutions like this that simplifies users' journeys can help you to reach your new clients. Like Leonard said in previous presentation, there are a lot of unbanked people, and one of the reasons why it happens is because banking and financial services and digital are still not so easy for a lot of people. And if you will do all of this simple, and your user will be sure that it's completely secure, it will help you to enlarge your client base, amount of your clients. Actually, this is all for my presentation. If you have any questions, I will be glad to.
Thanks. Okay, thanks for your sharing session, Pavel. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, in the interest of time, I'm going to do it very quickly. Okay, we're just going to give you a quick overview of what Pay Confirm is all about. Okay, so we all know that cash today is an integral part of society. It is the only way to perform an immediate exchange of value with trust. Uh, what digital service really does that? We don't know. Okay, trust is the key word here. The Oxford Dictionary defines trust as the belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of, or confidence in. Okay, so I shall now provide a brief overview of how Pay Confirm can give you that level of trust that is expected. So, as Pavel has mentioned, there are a lot of traditional confirmation solutions in the market. These are some of the multi-factor authentication or 2FA methods being used. Okay, you have SMS push code notification, tokens, smart card login passwords, scratch cards, OTP generators. They all work, and I use quite extensively, but are they really that safe? Pavel has shown that they're probably not. Uh, so they're not really safe due to the frequent incidences of SIM swap fraud, SMS hijacking caused by vulnerabilities in the SS7 network, which is more than 30 years old and wasn't built with high security mechanisms, just to name a few. So there are some problems with the traditional confirmation solutions. Uh, so they are complicated for users. As the saying goes, if it is complicated, then it should be secure. But this normally comes at a cost to convenience and usability. Imagine having to wait for receipt of the SMS and retype it in before the timeout. So it's really inconvenient. The next problem we see is it's not secure. There's no transaction integrity controls. You're exposed to code interception, like Pavel has demonstrated. You're exposed to phishing attacks and social engineering attacks. So in the terms of transaction integrity control, the SMS OTP that you receive is not linked to the actual context of the transaction that you are confirming, but rather is used to just verify that you are performing a transaction. With Pay Confirm, the user does not just confirm the payment details, but authenticates the transaction as well. As a result, it is easy to answer what exact data was confirmed at a specific time, who did it, and what was the result of the confirmation process. So unlike SMS OTP, with Pay Confirm, full transaction details or agreement data are displayed to the user before confirmation. This is something which Pavel will show in a demo later. Thirdly, classical confirmation solutions are expensive. In any institution, cost is a big factor, particularly operating costs, OPEX. I think it costs about 3 Singapore cents per SMS for OTP. There's cost for licenses for the tokens. There's cost for the storage, distribution, replacement of hardware tokens. So the logistics involved can be quite costly. So we use our mobile phones for practically everything today, to book your flights, work using your emails, communications via WeChat or WhatsApp, do your financial transaction, book your movie tickets, etc. Uh, I'm sure we all feel lost or empty without our mobile phones. Honestly, for me personally, my mobile is probably more important than my wallet when I leave my house. So since mobile is so much a part of our lives, it would be the perfect tool to use as a digital key. So what is Pay Confirm? Briefly, Pay Confirm is a mobile transaction authentication signature solution that uses asymmetric cryptography. It allows a bank's customer to confirm their transactions in any digital channel with a high level of security and convenience. Compared to other traditional methods, Pay Confirm makes the process more secure and is user-friendly. And of course, it is done in a more cost-effective way. No need for SMS calls, tokens, etc. Pay Confirm consists of two parts. There's a server part, which is implemented in the bank's IT infrastructure. And of course, there's the mobile client or application on the smartphone, which is based on iOS 9.0 and above, or Android 4.4 and above. So Pay Confirm can be easily embedded into the banking mobile application or work as a customized standalone app. In the core of the signature, um, generated by PayConfirm, there are asymmetric cryptographic algorithms, which means that a bank itself doesn't store client keys, while digital keys, so-called private keys, are generated and stored on the client's smartphone and cannot be intercepted as well as reproduced by any other third party. So one of our goals for at Airome and for PayConfirm is to create the most secure tool. PayConfirm was developed, tested, and successfully implemented in one of the harshest environments in the world in terms of hacker activity. I'm sure you're all aware of about the Russian hackers. So you can be rest assured that it's a proven and highly secure solution. We do not use SMS. We do not use push code. We do not trust smartphone manufacturers because we feel they are insecure. However, we do use cryptographic techniques, device scoring, even biometry, because we feel that this is more secure. Okay, we are really focused on providing the best security when you confirm your transactions. So briefly, there are four areas: transaction security, device scoring, mobile app security, confirmation scheme security. In terms of transaction security, in PayConfirm, the transaction authentication signature is generated on the basis of four components: the exact transaction details and timestamp, the smartphone fingerprint, which is unique, and a private key that is stored in the client's smartphone. In terms of device scoring, we are able to pinpoint the exact location of the user through geolocation. We also know whether the device has been compromised by malware. In terms of mobile app security, we link signatures with the unique device information, which is totally unique, by the way. And finally, for confirmation scheme security, we link the signature to your device and not the SIM. Only you can access your phone via Face ID or Touch ID. No one else can. Whereas with a SIM, this can be duplicated. So with a stolen phone scenario, the thief wouldn't be able to access the phone because it would cost a lot of money to unlock it. And in the meantime, the customer can report the phone loss to the bank to block the account. We are ready to be verified. Okay. In fact, we are just in the process of getting common criteria certificate. We regularly employ white hats to audit us. We're proud to say that we have gone more than 7 years without any incidents. Uh, so the other goal we have is to create the simplest tool for the end user. Uh, Once again, I shall let Pavel demonstrate this to you during the Pay Confirm demo later. It works as a white label. Okay, so it can be inbuilt into the mobile banking app. It works online and offline, even in airplane mode. I believe Pavel will show the offline demo to you later as well. Confirm in one tap is really simple. and is easy to implement. We have a library, a pretty rich library of APIs in our SDK, which you can use for embedding Pay Confirm into your application. We have a full project kit, and we provide full integration support. We are proud to say that the fastest POC that we did took us only 4 hours, something we're really proud of. Okay, so in terms of user experience, once again, no need to wait for SMS. You don't need separate device, nothing to do manually, no denial of service when roaming. Okay, one tap, single tap on your device, that's all it takes. Okay, so the third goal is really to reduce the cost for our customers. Based on our experience, we notice about 30% savings in cost for our customers who have adopted our Pay Confirm solution. So there's a variety of use cases that Pay Confirm could be used for: internet banking, mobile banking, cardless ATMs, paperless office, etc. So Pay Confirm collects a lot of raw data in our logs. Using big data analysis or analytics, this data can be used to improve the overall customer experience. You could create targeted marketing campaigns and use predictive analysis for your daily transactions, as Pavel has mentioned earlier. And finally, with the use of Pay Confirm, there would definitely be a reduction in your risk exposure. There's reduced risk to financial losses due to theft and fraud. There is reduced risk to any negative impact or integrity of your brand due to you having increased security now. And finally, you will be protected from possible government sanctions due to a breach in your security. Okay, I hope you have a better idea of how Pay Confirm can help you to build secure, easy to use, cost effective digital banking services. We will be happy to organize a more detailed presentation for you outside of this webinar. I shall now hand you guys over to Pavel, who will do the demo portion of Pay Confirm.
So thank you, Leonard. I will try to briefly show you how it works. To do this, I will share my screen. Just a second. So there is my screen, and there is me. To our demo, I will show you my mobile phone. You saw this. I was a malefactor in the previous video. And to demonstrate how Pay Confirm works, we have a demo page, payconfirm.org. And here you can see like an emulation of online or digital banking. And Pay Confirm will be used as a second factor to authenticate and to receive agreement from a user to do some actions. As we said, Pay Confirm was designed to receive agreement from a user for actions, and it can be different actions. It can be, for example, a login operation to online banking system, or it can be document to transfer money, or it can be document to buy something. It can be some legal agreement, for example, when you sign additional agreement between end customer and bank, or something like this in electronic document flow system. So our demo will demonstrate scenario of online banking, and the first operation that we should do is to log in. So I identify myself. It will be like a demo payconfirm.org. Actually, you can use this demo by yourself. All of the instructions are placed here. And I will pick checkbox to show me details what will happen under the hood. And I press sign in, and at this stage, our demo created the transaction, to confirm with these details. Please confirm your login to demo portal. And I see notification on my mobile phone that someone, it should be me actually, tried to log in on demo portal, and I have just two buttons: confirm or disagree. For now, I want to confirm. I just press confirm. I use my fingerprint to identify myself with my mobile phone, and that's all. Actually, we are logged in. And under this simple action, when I pressed one button confirm, there are a lot of actions was made by our system, and you can actually, if you want, you can see all of this here in the right panel. We collected a lot of information about the device. We collected information about location. We have scored the device with our anti-fraud system, and we found that score level is high for me because I have installed malware on my mobile phone. This is just for sample. And we see here that this is digital signature that was generated by my mobile phone with private key stored on my mobile phone, and no one except of me can generate this value. And this value is based on, as Leonard said, on transaction details, time, my private key, and device fingerprint. It can be generated only by me and only on this device. It was about login operation. And here we are in, and we can try to sign and confirm some sample money transfer document. And all that I have to do, I just press sign in. On my mobile phone, I have notification. I see notification that I have one more transaction to confirm. I open it, and I see all of the details. It cannot be substituted. It's not like an SMS where I see just your confirmation code is in digit. For what is confirmation code? What should I confirm? Is it my operation or not? And here you can see all of the transaction details and just confirm or disagree. I press confirm. That's all. That's all that I have to do to confirm the operation. And even if your mobile, if your application is closed, when you use our solution, you just see notification in notification area with all of the transaction details, and you can confirm or decline it from this site even without opening up. I just press confirm, but for now I can. I have to scan my fingerprint. That's why application was opened. So it's as simple as it can be. No retyping any codes, no any movements. Just I see my transaction details and press confirm. And one more interesting thing to do actually is our invention in login process. We have requests from our customers that their end users cannot remember their logins because of all of banking, because of many of banking systems provides login like a lot of digits, like 1, 2, 3, F, G, P, and something like this. And end users cannot remember these logins and cannot remember this password. But with Pay Confirm, we have functionality login with QR code. Sorry. The only thing you have to do is just to scan QR code with your mobile phone, provide your fingerprint. Oh, sorry, QR code was expired. I talked so much. We see transaction details and press confirm. That's all. You see that our demo identified me like a demo user. I did not type my login, my passwords, my anything. I just press confirm that I want to do this. That's all. Without any actions, without any typings, just scan one QR code. That's all. It was briefly demo. One more time, you can try this by yourself by this address, payconfirm.org. When you on this site just press demonstration, you can get application and all of the instructions here, so you can try how it works by yourself. So thank you. I will unshare my screen. That's all.
Okay, so it seems we have run out of time. So in terms of question and answers, should you have any questions, please drop us a quick email. We will be happy to address your questions. In any case, we will be getting in touch with you, all those who have attended this webinar. Thank you very much once again, everybody. I would just, before we end, I would just like to say that we will be happy, we are happy to announce that we will be providing POCs for free to be conducted at your premises, okay, if there's a requirement from your end. So I say again, we will be happy to provide POCs for free at your premises if you are interested in our Pay Confirm solution. Okay, like I said, once again, thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with us. We hope you found the session useful. We'll definitely get in touch with you. Okay? And from there, if there's any questions you need answered, we can take it from there. So I hope you guys will stay safe and hope to see.
So thank you, colleagues, from my side. Like Leonard said, one more time, thank you for your time, for your attention. If you have any questions, we will provide